Welcome to another insightful and informative edition of BOI Weekly. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Kumbi Aboluade. In continuation of our spotlight on the subsidiaries of the Bank of Industry, today our focus is on Lecon Finance Company Limited, the oldest and foremost leasing company in the country. We have for you the motivating stories of two of Lecon's customers, as well as the information you need to know about leasing and how you too, as a business organization, can enjoy the professional services being offered by Lecon Finance Company Limited. Here is more.
Lecon Finance Company Limited is a major non-bank financial institution solely engaged in lease financing of assets. The managing director of Lecon, Mrs. Ebehi Ehi Omoike, speaks on the evolution of the over 50-year-old company and what leasing entails.
Lecon is an acronym. It means the Leasing Company of Nigeria. The company was incorporated in 1970 as the Commonwealth Development Corporation. In the year 1989, the name was changed to Leasing Company of Nigeria, and then it was made a fully owned subsidiary of the Nigerian Industrial Development Bank, which has now been changed or metamorphosized into the Bank of Industry. Last year, that's the year 2024, we changed the name from Lecon to, that's from the Leasing Company of Nigeria to Lecon Finance Company Limited. That's in line with our future aspirations. Lecon is registered with the Central Bank of Nigeria as a finance company, so we felt it was apt to put the word finance in our name. We are also a member of the Equipment Leasing Association of Nigeria, ELAN. What we offer is equipment leasing, asset acquisition. And there are two types of leases. There is a finance lease and an operating lease. Most Nigerians prefer a finance lease because we have this asset acquisition tendency, with us. Now, the difference between a finance lease and an operating lease is that with a finance lease, the ownership of the assets being acquired becomes that of the lessee. So Lecon would be the lessor, and the customer would be the lessee. So at the end of the tenure of the facility, the ownership of that asset is that of the lessee, after, of course, the residual value has been sorted out. While for an operating lease, ownership comes back to the lessor. Now, companies might choose or select to pick the operating lease option if they are looking at technological advancement in that particular equipment that they choose to invest in. And so they reckon that after the lifespan of the equipment, newer models would have come out that would better suit their needs or better address the needs in the society. And then so in that scenario, they would opt for an operating lease, whereby the ownership and possession goes back to the lessor at the end of the facility. Now, a regular lease has the usual tenure. We give a moratorium, periodic payments, which would align with the cash flow of the customer to ensure that there's convenience. And of course, the most critical portion or aspect of a lease is the fact that it frees up working capital. It ensures that capital assets are financed in an easy way without putting pressure on the finances of the customer, the company, whereby the company can run better. So in essence, that also goes with the acronym of why buy it, lease it. It's a much easier and convenient way of running business. Also a more financially viable way of running business.
Some of the assets leasable at Lecon Finance Company Limited include aircraft, motor vehicles, ships, agriculture equipment and machinery, dredging and quarrying equipment, fishing trawlers and boats, oil tankers and haulage trucks, oil and water drilling rigs, pump cranes and forklifts, heavy construction equipment, communication technology equipment, and many others.
We finance companies in various sectors of the economy. We have done companies in the maritime. We have done companies in the construction, those involved in road construction, building construction. We have also financed in the hospitality industry. Various business sectors that we consider. So we've done like Caverton Helicopters, we've done Tampui Nigeria Limited, we've done business with Dutum Construction Limited, we've also financed Orange Line Limited, we have done Jogor Hotels Limited, and so many others.
We have 6 focal areas that we are aligned with. Now, don't forget, as a subsidiary of the Bank of Industry, we support the focus and the aspirations and the strategy of the Bank of Industry. Now, in view of the fact that all we do is leasing, all we do is we help the acquisition of assets. So we have 6 focal areas that we focus on, and that's climate, which is green energy or renewable, solar, whatever you want to call it, but it's largely climate. We have gender, which is a big piece. We have food and agro-processing. We have healthcare and pharmaceuticals. We have solid minerals and mining, and we have telecoms and ICT. Bank of Industry is our majority shareholder. We have some other shareholders. And because of that, we get a large portion of our funding from the Bank of Industry. That largely helps with our rates. We also have some purchase funds, so we have really a blended rate. But in spite of it, the rates we offer, if I may say so, we offer fantastic rates. It's much lower than what one can get anywhere else in the leasing space and also in other spaces. Our collaboration with the Bank of Industry gives us access to a lot of things. It gives us access, and through us, our customers access. For example, capacity building. In most cases, it's not just funds required. They also need technical assistance concerning how to better structure their businesses, how to grow their businesses from infancy to a much higher level. And that synergy we particularly get from our relationship with the Bank of Industry. We have clear access to that. And that's really for us a great clincher.
And what does it take to access Lecon's leasing services?
We provide bespoke offerings to each of those segments that we focus on. And what that means is they are tailor-made. So each customer that comes under each of those segments has tailor-made specifications, requirements for each of them. And that cuts across different areas, for example, tenure. For example, a moratorium. So the moratorium that someone in the food business needs might be different from that someone in mining or someone in the climate space or gender requires to ensure that their business moves from being a small business to a big business. So in essence, we have stand-alone products, bespoke, tailor-made products for each of these segments, and it serves their needs. It also speaks to even the tenure of the facility. Also, the repayment mode. We offer flexible repayment services to each of our customers under each of those segments. And that's aligned to the peculiarities of each segment and also to the peculiarities of our customers' businesses. But we have some very sector-agnostic requirements that all companies must bring, one of which is evidence of incorporation, that you're a company. We need copies of your MEMAT, your company incorporation documents. We need your bank statement to show that you are in business. We need your audited financials. We need your board resolution to show that your board approves of the lending, that your board has given you the go-ahead to engage us, and also has approved the offer letter eventually when it's given to you. Those are largely, of course, evidence of payment of your tax. We are good corporate citizens. So those are largely sector-agnostic requirements. The other requirements would devolve from each of the sectors.
You will find us in Plot 259 at Ian Crescent in Victoria Island, Lagos. Our phone numbers are 01 271 507 099 or 090 1431 8388. 070 3212 6228. Our email address is leconinfo@boilecon.com. Our website is www.boilecon.com.
Lecon Finance Company Limited is committed to ensuring sustainability across her business operations as the management of the company sees a brighter future in the leasing space.
The outlook is very bright. You know, ironically, Nigeria is such a populous country, but the penetration in the lease space is really shallow. And that's largely because people really don't understand what a lease is. There's oftentimes a confusion between a lease and a credit. A lease is very distinct from a credit. A lease has tax benefits. A lease has lots of different benefits, different from what you can get with a credit. With a lease, for example, you ultimately acquire assets, if that's your future aspiration, but you are freeing up your cash to do other things. In the global space, there has been a lot of uptake in the lease business. And Nigeria nicely is aligning with the global trends. There's been a growth of about 21% CAGR internationally and in Nigeria. And so the expectation is that in 5 years' time, by year 2030, we should have leases worth about 13 trillion naira. And we are rightly posed. Now, how is Lecon posed to take advantage of that? Lecon is one of the major players in Nigeria in the leasing space. We're like the best kept secret. But we're bringing the secret out there to let our customers and our future customers know that this is what we do. We are available, we are willing. So we expect, and of course, we have always done a lot of very good business in this space. We are very open to business, and we look forward to more customers coming and benefiting from what we have to offer, leveraging also from our expertise, our years of expertise, our years in this business of doing very good, excellent business. And we've also spoken about the fact that impact is critical to us. Of course, profitability is important, but not as important as impact.
For over 6 decades, Bank of Industry has been here, driving Nigeria's industrial development through financial and business support services to micro enterprises, small and medium enterprises, and large enterprises across Nigeria. Leveraging on strategic partnerships, we provide equipment financing, working capital, and support to enterprises in key sectors of Nigeria's economy, including youth and women-led enterprises. Whatever your business needs, starting up, expansion, diversification, modernization, or rehabilitation, we'll be here, always to support you. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
Two of Lecon's clients mentioned earlier about the company's head of leasing services are Jogor Global Ventures Limited and Tampui Nigeria Limited. First, let's share with you the positively impactful outcome of the decision by Jogor Global Ventures Limited, owners of Jogor Hotel, Ibadan, Oyo State, to seek the expert service of Lecon Finance Company Limited.
Welcome to Jogor Hotel, situated in the heart of the ancient city of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, southwest Nigeria. Jogor Hotel, a 109-bed facility, opened for business in March 2024, providing A-class hospitality to customers from all over the world. According to the chairman of Jogor Event Center and Jogor Hotel, the success story is not without the support of Lecon Finance Company Limited, a subsidiary of the Bank of Industry.
I got to know about Lecon through a friend, a business consultant that was here at the twilight of completion of the project, and he said he could. He had if I've ever heard of that Lecon before, which he introduced to me as an arm of BOI, Bank of Industries. By the time we met Lecon, the project physically had been completed, but we needed some money to bring in some very vital equipment that will be needed to run the hotels. Equipment such as the laundry equipment, the kitchen equipment, restaurant materials, bar materials. We had some little bit of televisions and ACs left to purchase. So the money was just handy, and it came to time. Their service is superb, very seamless, and very, very friendly. They do more of leasing. So it made it easy for us that we were just at that point that we just needed somebody to give us money to buy equipment and to complete and get running. So they were just there for us. It was really fast, really, really fast. It was so fast that I couldn't believe that could be done in Nigeria. It was done at a record time. I think they have very good staff there. They've been well trained.
Assessing the situation before and after Lecon's intervention, Mr. Babalola appreciates the role played by Lecon Finance Company Limited, touching on the gains so far.
Very soothing. If not for the introduction to Lecon, maybe we would have approached a bank at a much higher rate, and I'm not sure it will have been as fast as it was with them. And I'm also sure that if not for them, maybe we'll have wasted some time, and we'll have been caught up with the exchange rate, the increment in exchange rate of last year or 2023. Direct staff is over 100. I think we're about 130 now. And indirect, in terms of service people, suppliers, farmers, maybe we have another 100 from that side, because hotel industry is such a big industry, and it's such a dependent industry on other areas. I mean, I never knew it was that demanding and encompassing until we started it. I mean, you buy things every day, so you just need suppliers every day. Suppliers, I mean, you need to buy things, you need to stock the kitchen, you need to stock the bar, you need to stock the rooms, you need to clean the rooms, you need to buy diesel for the generators, you need to maintain this. So it's just something you keep doing every day.
Jogor Hotel's business relations with Lecon is one that Mr. Babalola is proud to introduce to others.
I know 2 or 3 of my colleagues in the industry, not necessarily hospitality industry, are already warming up to approach them. But they are waiting. They are watching me. They are watching how Lecon is treating us. That if Lecon treats you well, we'll go to them. They don't treat you well, you are the scapegoat. We are waiting. If you come back to us and say, oh, please go back to Lecon, they will go. So they are waiting for me.
Tell us how they have been treating you.
They've been treating me well. Very well. Very, very well. And I think they're happy with us too.
Jogor Hotel Ibadan combines luxury with contemporary African comfort and hospitality. Its management invites you to come experience the tranquility and the beautifully crafted environment.
From Oyo State, let's head straight to the Garden City, Port Harcourt, where Tampui Nigeria Limited is not just financially reaping the fruits of its business relations with Lecon Finance Company Limited, but also contributing its quota to job creation.
Tampui Nigeria Limited is an indigenous construction company that collaborates with other organizations, offering detailed services in the area of road and building construction, engineering, procurement, and consultancy services. The The need to acquire more trucks for the company's haulage services led Tampui Nigeria Limited to Lecon Finance Company Limited.
Lecon, the lease finance, help us to increase our assets, our fleet of trucks from 5 to 15. So it came at the ideal time. It impacted on our business positively. Prior to approaching Lecon, we had a whole lot of need from respective clients. We were unable to meet their needs. So when the lease finance were availed to us, and we are able to increase our fleet from 5 to 15, we are now able to meet the need of all the major contractors in the construction industry, such as RCC, LCC, Julius Berger, CCECC. We are able to meet their need as at when the need arises. We used to deliver 2,500 tons per month, but we can now deliver 10,000, we can now deliver 12,000 to the extent of 15,000 tons in a month. So you can see the impact. The impact is enormous.
The increase in productivity level also had its multiplier effect on job creation.
Prior to securing this lease finance, we had a staff strength of only 17. But when the facility were given to us, we were able to increase our staff strength to 64 staff. So the impact is quite enormous. It reduces unemployment. If we were able to employ additional people, right now the staff strength is about 64. Direct employee. And indirect here can also be considered as the suppliers, supplying us parts. A lot of suppliers supplying us rims and tires.
With a high level of satisfaction with Lecon's expertise, the Managing Director of Tampui Nigeria Limited calls on more companies to avail themselves of Lecon's top-notch leasing services.
We will not hesitate to recommend our other players in haulage subsector. We will not hesitate to recommend them because Lecon they have some good trained staff, and they're actually good in terms of relationship management. So we will not hesitate.
The Bank of Industry and its 4 subsidiaries, including Lecon Finance Company Limited, BOI Investment and Trust Company Limited, BOI Microfinance Bank, and BOI Insurance Brokers Limited, remain committed to facilitating industrial growth and development of large, medium, and small enterprises across the country. As a business owner, you can access any of the Bank of Industry's financial and advisory services to establish or scale up your business. For more information, do log on to www.boi.ng, or you can visit any of the bank's social media platforms. And that's how we wrap it up on BOI Weekly. Thanks for your time on the program. I will see you again same time next week. I am Kumbi Aboluade. Bye for now.